deal with airplane peanuts.
Chris Rock and Louis C.K., two of the most famous comedians of our time, both just made history with their live shows only 33 days apart. Chris Rock returning from the slap, Louis C.K. returning to Madison Square Garden. Two legends took the stage with the whole world watching live, and now just one question remains on everyone's mind. Who did it better? And who better to answer that question than the 198,000 diehard comedy fans who are subscribed to Joke World? After 48 hours, the results were in, and honestly a bit surprising. But before we reveal who won, let's quickly recap what went down at each show. Louis C.K. Back at the Garden streamed live on January 31st from Louis C.K.'s website and cost $25 to watch. It was a huge deal for Louis C.K. to return to Madison Square Garden after years away, and his show has been described by those in attendance as being, quote, really fucking cool.
How's the MSG live?
It was really fucking cool.
Chris Rock's Selective Outrage streamed live on March 4th directly on Netflix. It was the first live stream in Netflix history. There was a pre- and post-game show, and this was the first time Chris Rock publicly addressed the Will Smith Oscars slap. Not only did our poll receive a ton of votes, but many comedy fans wanted to share some insights on their experiences watching both of these streams. I'm Not Ben Avery said, CK hands down, flawless, great openers. Rock's openers just stroked ego and hyped the moment more than delivered real laughter. Messing up the closer was the only memorable moment and really took the steam out of the moment. I laughed 3 times at most, couldn't have been more excited. I let several friends know it was happening that night. With all the hype I've been hearing, it was a major letdown. Released as a regular special, it would have been fine, but nothing groundbreaking.
In the live version, he says, Jada didn't want me to host the Oscars because her husband wasn't nominated for Emancipation.
Yeah.
Oh, he meant to say concussion.
He meant to say
Okay.
concussion.
Yeah.
The punchline is then concussion later. So he even says in the special, he goes, oh, I fucked up the joke.
Kooky Face said 2 different styles and points in their lives. When it comes to art, yes, comedy, these questions seem stupid. Or so limited. It's like, what's the best Care Bear? Like, what the fuck? Maybe you think it's Grumpy Bear because you can relate to him sometimes. Or Good Luck Bear because he comes correct on the humble, but you sleep on the Funshine Bear who brings the fire and good vibes. Who knows? There ain't no real answer, son. What? Infinity Love said, Louis C.K.'s special was amazing. Top to bottom, a solid special that ramped up. Chris Rock's special was important. His slapback was epic and the best part of the show. I loved both for different reasons. I'm excited to watch the new live trend. Hopefully it continues and the way comedy is experienced evolves. There were many more comments just like this from people who enjoyed both shows, but the question still remains. Who did it better? After 2 whole days of waiting, the results are finally in. We asked 198,000 comedy fans who had the better live stream, Chris Rock's Selective Outrage or Louis C.K. Back to the Garden. The vote was split 62 to 38, with Louis C.K. Back to the Garden coming out on top. These results really just show how great of a comedian Louis C.K. is. He won this poll by a considerable margin, and when you really think about it, Louis didn't have nearly the same amount of resources to pull this off. He had to pay for everything, stream off his own website, and do all of his own promotion. Chris Rock, on the other hand, was the exact opposite, still riding the viral wave of the slap, and with Netflix's whole advertising team behind him. Not to say Selective Outrage wasn't great, because it was. This is just more to give extra perspective into why what Louis did was so impressive. It's definitely going to be very interesting to see if live specials become a trend in comedy moving forward, but either way, we'll have you covered right here at Joke World with all the comedy news related to all of your favorite comedians. So if you haven't already joined this community of like-minded comedy fans, consider this your official invitation into the club. All you have to do to officially join is click the subscribe button, kiss your mouse, and then click the subscribe button. That's actually how you join the club. You can't just click it. You have to lick and kiss your mouse and then click subscribe, and then you're in the Joke World Club. The best community of comedy fans anywhere on the internet, and the fastest growing. They say that too.